You think you know Europe's wilderness? But what about the creatures that move silently in the dark? The predators that never make a sound? The masters of camouflage? And the tiny beings whose beauty defies belief? This isn't just a list of animals. This is a journey to discover 10 wild creatures that truly exist, but feel like they belong in myth and legend. Wild Europe. 10 creatures that will leave you speechless. The European red fox, master of survival and disguise. Amidst frozen forests, where the sun barely kisses the snow, a flicker of fiery red emerges in silence. The European red fox, a creature seemingly small, yet armed with survival skills that would humble even the fiercest predators. With its thick, radiant coat and a brush-like tail, it glides across snowy fields, balancing with the slightest lean. But its true power lies in its remarkable hearing, able to detect the faintest movements of prey, hidden beneath a blanket of snow. Then comes the defining leap, as light as air, swift as lightning, precise as mathematics. It's not luck, it's instinct and the wisdom of thousands of years. When night falls, the fox doesn't vanish, it transforms. From forest hunter to urban scout, slipping through alleyways, rummaging through bins, even waiting at red lights. A perfect adaptation to a world that evolves by the hour. It needs no brute strength. It has intellect. No pack. It has strategy. And though often cast as cunning in old folktales, in real life, it stands as a living emblem of resilience and wit. The European red fox, not merely an animal, but a living lesson in survival, in the wild and in the city, where the clever always find a way forward, no matter how the world may change. The Silent King, the legendary predator of Europe's night skies. As the sun dips beneath the old oak canopies, and shadows swallow the land, a creature awakens. No sound. No warning. In the realm of silence, it reigns supreme. The Eurasian Eagle-Owl, a top-tier predator with fire-lit eyes that pierce the dark. It does not chase. It waits, still and silent, then strikes like a falling star. Each attack is a perfect blend of night vision, 3D hearing, and feathers designed to erase all sound. Asymmetrical ears decode direction. Eyes 100 times more light-sensitive than ours. Talons like steel hooks. A precision hunting machine, evolved to perfection. From frozen Scandinavia to the quiet oaklands of Central Europe, the owl has always carried meaning. In some cultures, it is wisdom. In others, a harbinger of death. But behind the myth lies a silent guardian. Unseen and unheard. It keeps rodent populations in check, balancing the wild. Some escape the shadow, not because the hunter fails, but because the forest must live on. A king without a crown. A ruler without a voice. The Silent King, eternal in the shadows. Karmar Horses, a living heritage amid mud and wind. In the marshlands of Karmar, where untamed earth meets the open sea, a strange breed of horse endures, the Karmar, a living legend of southern France. They don't come from stables. They are born of water, wind, and mud. Their iconic gray-white coats aren't the result of breeding, but an ancient signature passed down through thousands of years. The Karmar is one of Europe's oldest horse breeds, dating back to the Stone Age, and even today, they live almost wild, roaming freely in a semi-natural world without fences. What sets them apart isn't just their strong legs or flowing manes, it's their miraculous adaptation, expert swimmers, fearless in water, and able to wade through mud as if gravity didn't apply, as if this land was made for them. On cold mornings, they stand silent in the mist, ghost white, like spirits of freedom, until suddenly, the herd breaks into a gallop, flinging mud skyward like the land itself is breathing. They share their habitat with wild bulls, migratory birds, and a uniquely European ecosystem, where every creature follows nature's law, not man's command. Karmar horses are not just animals, they are a living symbol of freedom, of the wild, of a French identity few truly know. And when the sun sets, they vanish into the reeds, leaving behind rippling water, and a quiet question: is this the last place in Europe where nature still lives by its own rules? European brown bear, the brain of the deep forest. Hidden deep in the mountainous forests of Romania, Finland, or the Alps, a solitary creature roams. It is not only the largest omnivore in Europe, but also one of nature's most extraordinary minds, the European brown bear. Weighing up to 600 kilograms, it can sprint at 50 kilometers per hour when needed, faster than an Olympic athlete. This strength can tear through any barrier, yet it moves silently, like a cold wind slicing through the woods. Its nose is one of the most precise hunting tools on Earth. With a sense of smell 7 times stronger than a dog's, it can detect the scent of a carcass from more than 3 kilometers away. The brown bear is not just powerful, it is remarkably intelligent. It remembers territories spanning hundreds of square kilometers, avoids human traps, and, most notably, can return to the exact place where someone once helped it, as if offering a silent thank you from the forest. In the world of brown bears, there is no community. But one exception remains: motherhood. A mother bear patiently teaches her cubs how to dig for roots, hunt insects, and defend themselves. Every action a lesson in survival. At the top of the forest food chain, the brown bear doesn't need to hunt to prove its dominance. Its presence alone is a warning to others, maintaining balance throughout the ecosystem. Despite its massive size, the brown bear often chooses to avoid humans. It only attacks when threatened or when defending its cubs, driven by instinct, not aggression. In the last remaining primeval forests of Europe, the brown bear stands as a symbol of wild nature, enduring, silent, but absolutely vital. A perfect biological machine, a living memory of Europe's wilderness, a lone creature that keeps the rhythm of the entire forest alive. If we do not protect the European brown bear, one day, the forest may fall silent forever. Otters, faces of clean waters. Amid the crystal-clear streams of Europe, a small creature swims gracefully, like a dancer beneath the surface. It is the European otter, nature's ultimate swimming master. With a sleek body, webbed feet, a powerful tail like a paddle, and dense waterproof fur, the otter can dive for up to 5 minutes, hunting silently like a ninja. But don't let its serious look fool you. Otters are playful by nature. They slide through mud, toss pebbles, and spin underwater like children at play. They even use stones to crack open shellfish, one of the few animals known to use tools. A striking testament to the remarkable intelligence of this mammal. And yet, what makes otters truly special is their role as a living indicator of nature's purity. Otters only thrive in clean water and balanced ecosystems. If otters are present, the river is healthy. For a time, otters vanished from many European countries due to pollution and habitat loss. But thanks to conservation efforts, they are making a comeback. Otters have returned to Scotland, Germany, Belgium, Spain. A living sign that nature can heal, if we act. In a world of constant change, otters remind us of something simple. When nature is healthy, we are too. Let's protect the rivers, the wetlands, not just for the otters, but for our own future. Eurasian Lynx, the silent phantom of the ancient forest. Hidden deep within Europe's snow-covered forests, there lives a creature that most of us have never seen with our own eyes. The Eurasian lynx, the largest wild cat on the continent, is the embodiment of silence, precision, and absolute freedom. With camouflaged spotted fur, black tufted ears, and snowshoe-like paws, it moves without leaving a trace. No roar, no rush, just one precise leap, and the young deer falls in silence. It keeps its distance from humans, not out of fear, but because its wild nature has taught it to vanish before being noticed. And that, precisely, is what makes it essential. The lynx is a top predator, maintaining natural balance by regulating the populations of deer, hares, and small mammals. Thanks to the lynx, forests are not overgrazed, young trees have a chance to grow, and the ecosystem remains intact. It is not a ruler, but a guardian. And in the forests where the lynx returns, nature begins to heal. Its presence is living proof of Europe's successful rewilding efforts. Listen closely to the silence of the forest, because sometimes, the greatest protector is the one we never see. Red deer, the wild voice of Europe's ancient forests. In autumn, Europe's forests echo with a distinctive roar, the call of the red deer, one of the oldest living symbols of the wild woodlands. The red deer is among the largest deer species in the world. A mature stag can weigh up to 250 kilograms, bearing massive, branching antlers that are shed and regrown each year. During the rutting season, males become aggressive. They produce deep, resonant roars that can carry over a kilometer, to attract females and warn off rivals. When two stags compete for dominance, they clash antlers in fierce battles. These fights can last for several minutes and may draw blood. The winner earns the right to mate, ensuring that the strongest genes are passed on to the next generation. It's a classic example of natural selection at work. But the red deer is more than just a fighter. It plays a key role in forest ecosystems, as a main food source for predators like wolves, lynx, and brown bears. While moving through the forest in search of food, they help disperse seeds, contributing to the regeneration and diversity of plant life. However, without natural predators, deer populations can grow unchecked. They may overgraze young saplings, disrupting the balance of the ecosystem. This phenomenon has already occurred in parts of Central Europe, where forest regeneration has slowed, threatening biodiversity and reducing woodland coverage. That's why maintaining a natural balance between deer and their predators is crucial to preserving healthy forests for the long term. The red deer is a powerful yet vulnerable symbol of European nature. Protecting them means protecting the wild forests for future generations. European badger, the silent architect beneath the earth. Beneath the dense canopy of Europe's temperate forests, a small yet extraordinary creature quietly lives the life of a master engineer. This is the European badger, a mysterious mammal, easily recognized by its silvery gray coat and the striking black and white stripes across its face. No blueprints, no compass, yet it constructs underground labyrinths that stretch for tens of meters, with multiple levels, sleeping chambers, food storage areas, and even escape routes, meticulously cleaned and maintained. They live in tight-knit clans, Like families, underground, they share their home in a miniature society governed by scent markings, subtle sounds, and delicate gestures. Even their toilet habits are rule-bound. Badgers dig separate latrines away from their dens, a level of hygiene that would put many species to shame. At night, when the forest falls silent, the badger quietly emerges, hunting insects, mice, slugs. It's not just an efficient nocturnal predator, but a soil engineer. Every dig helps aerate the forest floor, enriching the ecosystem. Each slow step, every careful motion. The European badger is a symbol of wild intelligence, quiet discipline, and instinctive order. An unsung architect of nature. A keystone of the forest ecosystem. A quiet emblem of resilience. The European badger, not just a creature of the underground, but a living bridge to the world above. Giant European moth, beauty in the dark. Deep in the dense forests of Europe, a creature appears for only a few days each year, then vanishes, as if it never existed. This is Saturnia pyri, also known as the giant peacock moth, the largest moth species on the continent. With a wingspan of up to 20 centimeters, the striking, eye spots on its wings are not just beautiful, they're survival tools. When threatened, these circular patterns confuse predators, making it seem as though they're being watched. But what truly makes this species remarkable isn't how it looks, it's how it lives. From its days as a caterpillar, it eats relentlessly, mainly leaves, storing energy for one final, fleeting chapter. Once it transforms into a moth, it no longer eats. Its mouth has regressed, completely gone. At this point, its only purpose is to fly and mate. Its adult life lasts just a few days. No meals, no rest, just instinct, to find a mate and pass on its genes. Under the forest moonlight, hundreds may emerge at once in a biological parade that's as brief as it is intense. But their role goes far beyond reproduction. Moths like Saturnia pyri are a vital link in the nighttime ecosystem. They help pollinate flowers that bloom only after dark, species that bees and day butterflies never reach. At the same time, they are prey for bats, owls, and many other nocturnal hunters. Each moth lives only a few days, yet it helps maintain ecological balance throughout the year. Saturnia pyri is living proof that life doesn't have to be long to be meaningful. Sometimes, the right moment is enough to leave an irreplaceable mark on nature. That brief life is a true illustration of evolution, where every second holds value. In silence, it fulfills its mission and fades away. The forest goes on, but something has changed. In every corner of nature, stories like this are unfolding quietly. And in this story, beauty has appeared in the darkness. Remember, brief does not mean insignificant. European wolf spider, the lone hunter and the extraordinary mother. No webs. No waiting. No mercy. The European wolf spider, one of the most feral miniature predators beneath the shadowy forest floor, is a master of ambush. Striking before prey can realize danger. In a world where most spiders rely on webs to survive, the wolf spider chooses a different path. It hunts with speed, cunning, and astonishing vision, with 8 eyes arranged in distinct vertical tiers. It has the best eyesight in the entire spider family, detecting even the faintest motion in dim light. Its body, covered in fine grayish-brown hairs, blends perfectly with soil and dead leaves, rendering it nearly invisible until it's too late. But the greatest surprise doesn't lie in its predatory prowess. It lies in its motherhood. While many insects abandon their eggs, the female wolf spider carries her egg sac attached to her abdomen for days. When the eggs hatch, dozens of spiderlings climb onto her back, clinging tightly to form a living, moving layer, and remain under her protection through their vulnerable first weeks. This is one of the clearest examples of parental care in the insect world: wild, touching, and strangely beautiful. Though a predator, the wolf spider plays a vital role in its ecosystem, naturally regulating pest species like mosquitoes, ants, and crop-damaging larvae. And despite its appearance that may startle, it poses no threat to humans, always preferring to flee rather than fight. Tiny, silent, yet powerful and extraordinary. The European wolf spider, a creature that reminds us, in nature, ferocity and tenderness can coexist in the smallest of forms. We've just explored 10 remarkable wild animals of Europe. Each one carries a story and a unique role in the ecosystem. The red fox, intelligent, adaptable, found from deep forests to urban parks. The eagle-owl, a silent hunter, the perfect symbol of the night. The Karmar horse, living between water and wind, a true image of freedom. The brown bear, massive yet gentle, especially in the way it mothers its young. The otter, agile, playful, and a sign of clean, healthy rivers. The lynx, elusive and mysterious, a top predator in the forest. The red deer, powerful during mating season. Its roar echoes like a primal call. The badger, quiet but industrious, an underground engineer rarely noticed. The moth, short-lived but radiant, a reminder that beauty can be fragile. And the wolf spider, small, but one of the most dedicated mothers in the natural world. These creatures aren't just fascinating. They're a reminder that Europe's wild nature is still alive, still moving, and deserves to be observed with curiosity and respect. If you've enjoyed this journey, subscribe to the channel and join us as we uncover more strange and wonderful animals, from frozen forests to forgotten corners of the continent. Thanks for watching. See you on the next adventure into the wild.